that we can answer. I'd like to actually get more into the details of technical stuff rather than get into, what plans and all of the stuff, because I think that stuff can be worked out with your respective people that you are signed up with. Because there's also questions, I think, related to the MLM and how your plans work. I would rather spend more time on answering any technical issues as opposed to trying to get into each one of the plans. Because, is that right, Urban? Okay. And if there is stuff that we need to go through on the plan side, we can do that remotely, or we could do that with Skype calls, or whatever way we need to arrange it. But work with your network leader so that we can actually get you the feedback you need. I said this yesterday very clearly. It is very important to me that we do this the proper way, and your feedback is the only way to do it the proper way. I'm not an MLM guy, so I always struggle with this because a lot of the information that comes out today and all of the sessions we've had is very public. And I worked in an environment where everything was very confidential. Inside your business, you protected your intellectual property, you protected all of the details about running the business, you protected also the staff and your personal life in general, like myself. I'm on every person's blogs, and my daughter finds out that I'm also on somebody's Facebook account, and they just kind of, oh Dad, did you know this? So that's all new to me, and I'm trying to deal with that personally. So, one of the things I want to be very careful about is that we have to respect each other's private lives, and I just want to be very careful that we don't go out there and throw a lot of information publicly. And yesterday I talked to you about the Biactus product. It's a proprietary technology that we acquired, and we've been developing the business strategy around it. The one thing that we have to be very careful about it's a product that we are trying to make sure that it's available for you to make a future. If we go out there and we throw all the details of it out in the public market, and we start throwing a lot of the technical stuff that I share with you out in the open market, it doesn't really help to build a business. So that side of it, we have to be extremely careful about. We are a family, we need to act like a family, and what we have to build is a structure that allows you to be able to get your answers, that you don't have to go outside of the family to go get those answers, okay? There's an American term I'm going to use. It's called dirty laundry. Let's keep our dirty laundry inside the house, okay? We don't need to put it outside, okay? I'm going to have a little bit, I know there's several people who want to try to get a little bit of time with me, and it's important that I try to address it. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I don't give out business cards to anybody, not because of anything. It's important to me that I am not the person trying to answer your questions every day, because I don't have time to do it. If you send me an email, I probably wouldn't look at it. It's going to be my assistant looking at it, and she'll decide where it needs to go to. So it's better for you to just work through your network leader, get to them, let them answer the questions. If they need to get to me, they can get to me. Me giving you my business number or my personal phone number doesn't really help, because if I don't know who is calling me, I'm not going to answer it. So I want to be respectful to you. If there are questions, I 100% want to back you. I want to be able to present that to you. It's so important. Ave is here, Ave is in the same boat, because we both have the same issues, because we are dealing with a lot of things. Today we are probably 200, 300 people. Tomorrow we're going to have the same issue, okay, because when we go to the next country and we do another event, we're going to have 200, 300 people. Since Christmas, I probably have gone through, what do you think, Ave? 5,000, 6,000 people? So just think about it. if you had to deal with that on a day-to-day basis and you have to have answer cell phone questions, or it just can't be managed by individuals. So please be respectful of that. I do not want to be disrespectful to you. I want to give you as much support as I can, and I want to do it in a methodical manner. If you need time with us and you've got something that is very important that you need to talk through, Rocco is here, Carmen's there, Glenn's around here somewhere. If we can, just work through them in order to give a short amount of time. Everybody wants pictures. I'm happy to do that too after we are done. Okay? All right. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about why the grids is very important and why this product that we are bringing to market is so important. I talked about the market potential and everything else. People ask me all the time, well, how do you compete with Tesla? And how do you compete with, all of the bigger companies that are out there producing batteries? Well, we're not a battery company, guys, okay? So understand that from first day, we are not a battery company. What we do, I used to own a battery company. I owned one of the largest battery companies. That's not the business I'm in now. I transitioned out. I sold CoCam to Dow Chemical. It's already gone. We don't do chemistry. We do not do anything. If somebody can come to me tomorrow and say, I've got a slice of bread and I put peanut butter and jelly on the in between, and I can make this to become a battery, guess what? I'll be talking to that person, because it doesn't matter to me what chemistry we are using. As long as they can meet our spec, we'll buy batteries from anybody who manufactures it. We'll buy it from Tesla, we'll buy it from Panasonic, we'll buy it from Sony, we'll buy it from LG, whoever wants to make it. It doesn't matter. One of the things that you must understand is the battery industry went through a transformation. For 150 years, nothing ever changed. Everything that we used was my grandfather's lead acid battery in his car. We used to have lead acid and we used to fill it up with water. That's the technology. It evolved, and lead acid has advanced, but it's not the best technology. Lithium came in, and in 150 years, it changed everything we do. But what's happened after that is the revolution of electric vehicles started to pick up. So China, US, Europe, everybody spent money building lithium batteries up. 32 gigawatt hours, that is 32 billion watt hours of production went into the market. People pumped a lot of money into manufacturing lithium batteries. 32 gigawatt hours. Do you know what the demand for lithium batteries today is? 2 gigawatt hours today. So we've got 30 gigawatt hours of excess capacity that manufacturers need. So we don't need to be a battery company. We need to go to the guys who make it, give them all the orders we can, let them make the product, then we put the system together and we deliver. What I showed you yesterday is a system. It's a solution. It's not a battery. You can't take just a lithium battery that you put on your cell phone and think that you can now go plug it onto the wall. It doesn't work that way. So we've done all the engineering, we've built the system, and that system is what we're taking to market. Just to give you an idea, the applications in utility, we can support all of the inefficiencies within the utility. And you have renewable energy. The sun doesn't shine all the time, the wind doesn't blow all the time. So what we can do is actually store the energy when it is actually the sun is shining or the wind is blowing. You store it and we are able to shift it so that we can use it when it's needed. So all of that 67% of inefficiency I talked about yesterday, we are going to be able to get rid of. And that's what we do in renewables. In addition to that, we can reduce the cost and maintenance of your home usage. And that's one of the things that we go to do with Vertigo and some of the battery systems. The other things is, as I said, if you plugged all the electric vehicles that came into this facility, the lights go off in the building. So we supply for that. What we are doing is we are taking the shifts in production and we are distributing it evenly by storing the energy, and we got a very even distribution into the market. This is information that I've been studying for literally the last 15 years of my career. That's all I've been focused on. So if you look at the intermittency of production of wind, when these things are blowing, it's not a very consistent flow of electricity. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. Because wind force changes. You can be out there, you can have a hat on, and all of a sudden it blows away because the wind actually increased its velocity, and therefore it blew away. Same way you're going to see that with the wind turbine. So we can actually store it and distribute it as the demand is done. So that's what we try to attack. The unstable structure that we have today in the grid is basically a power plant distributed by a transformer through the grid into the person who is using it. Today what we are trying to do is to, even by putting in solar and wind, all we are doing is we are just feeding it into the grid at the time it's producing. It's very unstable. The more wind, more solar that's being built, the more inefficient the grid becomes. This is one of the things that people don't